All right, I'm about to do my third libation of the day downtown, but as you can see, I'm about to do it right next to this building, right next to this building here. But I'm about to do them in some columns. So the columns are like I'm walking through Egypt or Kemet. So, but the step pyramid is like I'm in Kemet itself, because it's a step pyramid at the top of this building right here. So if you can see it, you can hardly see it, but when you from a distance, you can see it. I was trying to find it, and I rolled up on it, but I saw those columns. You're gonna see when I get there. It's a powerful spot. I'm gonna do my libations there, you know what I'm saying, and get the energy and give reverence, because it's almost like I'm in there, but it's like I'm in Atlantis at the same time too, also, because Atlantis and Kemet they're interconnected, but Kemet was the record holders. They held all the records. All right, so you'll see when I get there. Okay, walking up to the spot, you know what I'm saying? This is Harvard Ivy Park. So it's like the artwork is provided by the City of Atlanta, the Office of Cultural Affairs, Public Art Program, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. Now these are birds pulling a boat, and it looks like something dealing with water. So at the bottom, so it looks pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these birds pulling it by string. So it's pretty ill, pretty dope, something dope to see. But I'm about to head up these stairs. But it's almost like you in different time. But when you're in a different time, it's just the same shit. Just everything goes in cycles. So this is a real spot to be at. You know what I'm saying? No fear, know where you go. Wherever you go, there's no fear. So it's called a Zerona Clayton Plaza around here in this spot. I'm gonna show you the spot I'm going to. Zerona Clayton was born in 1930 in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Is an American civil rights leader and broadcasting executive. As a civil rights activist and a broadcast executive, Zerona Clayton has spent many years fighting for equality and justice for all people. She has been a leader in civil projects and civil rights activities for decades and has inspired many people through her community involvement in public service. Her dedication to the community is reflected in the many hours she spends promoting human relations through groups devoted to providing racial understanding. Zerona Clayton is known globally for her commitment to civil rights movement. Well, I'm not for civil rights. We did civil rights really at one point in time, and everybody else get the benefits but the melanated people. So, you know what I'm saying? We do all the work, so they live off of our melanin. So that's pretty much how the story goes. Gays, all other races that want to come over here, they make it off the back. So they use us as the battery and put it in place, and then we don't get the benefits of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Historic reconciliation at this site where two peace tree merge. A life-sized standing statue of United States Senator Benjamin Hill was unveiled May 1886 with Henry W. Grady, editor of the Atlanta Constitution, serving as master of dedication ceremonies, and attended by a large and distinguished gathering. The occasion was also the scene of the famous reconciliation between Jefferson Davis and ex-president of the Confederate States of America. Repeat, we'll go back to that part again. The occasion was also the scene, make sure you see it so I'm not making up bullshit up, scene of the famous reconciliation between Jefferson Davis, ex-president of the Confederate States of America. So if you know, the Confederate, they told people they would give certain people freedom. They'll give certain people freedom. They joined the Confederacy, just like the North did. So they both was damn near trying to stop people from having uprisings. So for me, I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. That shit doesn't mean shit to me. So I'm gonna go back to the reading this shit. And Confederate General James Longstreet. So like I told you, I'm gonna let these cars pass. I'm downtown, a lot of cars on here. So if you look at it, Martin Luther King Street goes into a Confederate graveyard. If you see the video on my last, see, look, motherfucker was over here trying to read the shit, and then he heard me say the shit, now he getting mad. I don't give a fuck. It's real shit. That's real. That's life. That's how it was. You want to stop the people from rising up and having breakthroughs and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll say, oh, we'll give you this. Oh, they'll give you a piece of the pie, just so you won't have the whole thing. No, motherfucker, quit being so docile, man. Fuck that. The magic is in your melanin. They're gonna use you as a battery to get rid of whatever you wanted, and they'll just use it against you. I'm gonna go back to reading though. General Longstreet unexpectedly rode upon his horse, dismounted, and dramatically strode to the speaker's platform to embrace his former commander-in-chief. This took place during a dedication speech being made by J.C.C. Black of Augusta, orator of the day. Other notables present included Georgia Governor Henry D. McDaniel, Atlanta Mayor Georgia Hillier, Confederate General Clement A. Evans, and Dr. R.D. Spalding, president of the Ben Hill Monument Association. In 1895, the Hill Monument, done in Italian marble by sculptor Alexander Doyle, was moved to Rotunda of the state capitol, where it has since stood. So, but I'm gonna get you to the spot that I was telling you about. All right. These are like walking through pylons, or pretty much going through Egypt. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk through this area, but I'm gonna take y'all and see, if you look right here, this is actually a pyramid. So this is a step pyramid of this whole building pretty much. So I'm gonna go through, walk through. It's the Sun Trust building. As you can see, right there, Sun Trust. So it's all symbolism. And you see women right here. Right here is almost like Athena right here in the spot. So I'm gonna walk through this whole area and grab all the energy through this, and there's water surrounding this whole building. It's almost like a moat. So it's like they only place this stuff here symbolism wise, but the thing is, we are just beings inside these avatars and going through it at different times. And all this stuff around here is like women in marble stone, but it's water based. So that's why this is Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? They'll do that just so it really is recreating it, but we don't know. We just thinking we going to work. We just trapped in the matrix. But this is where I'm gonna go and do my libations at. You guys see right here? This is where I'm gonna do them at, right here.
And you know what that is? That's the last piece of the old Atlanta Public Library.
Oh,
the library down there by Auburn Avenue on Peachtree Street. But when they tore it down, that's the last piece of history from it.
Okay.
That's where they built the new.
I appreciate it.
Atlanta Public Library. Okay.
Man, thank you.
You welcome.
Man, you have a blessed day. Have a peaceful day to you, man. Have a peaceful day.
Too, family.
I appreciate you.
You're happy belated Father's Day.
Oh, man, thank you. Well, did you know yesterday was Tupac Amaru Shakur's birthday?
I didn't know. Oh, they born on the same day too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tupac it was his birthday yesterday.
I didn't know.
And it ended up being on Father's Day.
And that's ironic.
Ain't it? But that's how life happens, though.
That's how it happens.
You know what I'm saying? We just see it as another day, but everything happens in twos or threes.
There you go. And it's coincidence.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me one day, nothing is coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Me talking to you happens for a reason. You telling me that? Yeah. And I was actually just coming out here and just leaving real quick, but and you
Where
tell
you
me.
from?
I'm from hell, but I live.
Born in?
Well, I was born in Houston. I lived in Houston for a while, for like about 32 years.
Okay. I was born in Chicago. But
Chicago?
You got to Atlanta?
Yeah, I know. I've been here for like about 6 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Well, good luck to you.
And peace to you too, sister. Have a peaceful day, okay? All right, thank you. All right. See, everything happens for a reason. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna read it's names on here. All right, I'm gonna read these names off. They got Aesop. It's more at the top, but it's hard to see. It says dedicated to. All right, but you have Aesop. These are names I've heard before. Aesop. You have Carnegie. Milton. That's crazy. And what was the last one? And Dante. But this is the spot right here. Well, I'm gonna do the libations at right here. See, you got the Morehouse School of Medicine right here. Look, you got the Theological Society, the Georgia State University, all this right here. Emory University, Clark Atlanta, Spelman College, Sigillum Mauritius, Brunensis College. That's in Spanish, or the Spain language. The Moors created that, as you can see, symbolism wise. So I'm gonna do my libations right in this exact spot, regardless. But this is what it looks like on the inside of it. I show you right here. I'm just gonna be taking energy, giving reverence and taking energy. I'll show you. All right. Whew. Man, I just finished my libations. I just finished my libations, and I'm ready to go over across the street. I'm about to go over across the street to show you what I was telling you about with Atlantis. I'm gonna walk around the whole building, and I just ran through about 500 names. You know, everything was very peaceful. So I just, I got time to go. Everything was cool. I had a good time. It was a guy that was laying down next to me when I was standing there doing my libations. In the middle of it, he was like, "Man, what's them names you?" Well, that bird just went over my head just now. The guy was asleep. He was like, "Man, what them names you telling? Are they good spirits or bad spirits?" I said, like, ain't no such thing. They all good. Whatever they supposed want to give a name to them, demonic or whatever, they all good. Cause I'm using them. He said, "All right, man." He said, "You woke me up out of my sleep." I was like, he got up and started peeing next to the ground. I was like, God damn! But everything happened for a reason. So he told me like the energy of it, damn near woke him up. So that's when you say these names, the energy in them has power in them. So, and here we go. All right, everything, even the birds, they can pick up on the energy. So this is like Atlantis, pretty much. When you walk around and see something like this is really like the Sun Trust building, as you can see. But this is a step pyramid, so you can see it from a distance. So I wanted to come here, and as you can see, there's pyramids everywhere. There's pyramids all around there. So it's Atlantis, but in a new form. I like pigeons because they don't give a shit. They're not scared of nothing. They'll walk up to you like, "What you want?" Like, just because you walking on me, I'm gonna walk away from you or fly off. All right, so that's what I'll show you. Well, this is pretty much another form of Atlantis, pretty much, but it's just a different time, a new time. All right, this is right here. This says Ballet Olympia, Paul Manship, conceived and designed by John Portman. This group, Ballet Olympia, was adapted from Paul Manship's 3-foot bronze figure, a tribute to this renowned American sculptor. See, everybody's in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to, if you're not working here, you know what I'm saying, you can see the difference. But if you work here every day, you don't see the difference. You just see it as, I'm just going in to clock in and just be a part of the matrix. But I see the difference in it. I can see it. It looks like something majestic here. So I'm gonna walk around the whole building and show you what I'm seeing and not just cut off the video. So right here, as you can see, this is water surrounded like a moat or something. So any movie you see with Atlantis, this is something similar to it. The structure of it. These are all in pyramid form. Everything, all these are in pyramid form. Pyramid form. Water. This is simply amazing. Like the architecture of it, they're just recreating Atlantis. That's all they're doing. It's all it is. But you won't be able to see it if you work here. If you work here every day, you just look at it as another day at your job, pretty much. This is a recreation of Atlantis. That's all this is. A recreation of it. A sleeping woman, another woman. See, the woman, they call it, it's a book I read, the Dark Mother Goddess. So it's a book called the Dark Goddess and the Unseen Real. It's a great book to read. So as you see, the sleeping woman, dope. All pyramids, as you see, going around the whole building. So they're using this architecture to gain energy and power. And these people just probably on lunch somewhere, not even thinking of it as a place of power. So I'm just gonna keep walking and keep doing what I'm doing. This is all pyramids around this whole building, all pyramids. Man, they'll have you out here just like, you know, in this matrix. There's something funny, man. It's very funny. It's all up to you to see it. You know what I'm saying? I see in different dimensions. I don't just see what's in front of me. I actually did a libation. That's another pyramid right there. I actually did libations at the bottom, at the underneath the ground in that building right there. And so that's the actual bank. So they have pyramids all over the place in Atlanta here. So these are all, like you say, we're gonna keep walking around, and they have pyramids here. So when you walking, it's like damn near over 100 pyramids in these white these white pyramids. And then when you go in between this area, this whole walkway is full with pyramids too also. So this is a recreation of Atlantis. That's all this is. You can't look outside yourself. And there go the woman again. And they all have afros. They all have afros right here. You know what I'm saying? You have to see things for what they are and not what's just in front of you. So when we walk through here, as you can see, it's another pyramid here. And I'm gonna go for wide and not just up close. See, more pyramids, and it's like the first eye, or what most people call the third eye. So it's like when you're walking into the building, it's like you're walking into your mind, pretty much the same thing. Just a recreation of Atlantis. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all in how you see it, and it's more water down here. And so I'm gonna see, look, the 3 rites of spring. Symmetry and balance combined in this piece. One of the last commissioned works by the sculptor Albert Weinberg. Weinberg's gift to for the lyrical flows throughout the creations, which are displayed in world nations. As a young man, he was awarded the Prix de Rome and honed his skills while in Italy. Upon his return to the United States, Weinberg shared his abilities as a mentor for students. His talent embraced the melding of architecture with sculpture. Architect John Portman's projects in San Francisco and Sea Island are sites of other Weinberg pieces. A lifelong friend and collaborator of the artist, Portman expressed the complement of architecture and poetic effort, each enhancing each other. And you sharpening your skills. One hand, like steel sharpens steel. One hand washes the other. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be so ego-driven to where I want to do it by myself. And if you do it by yourself, you miss out on something you can pull in yourself, or you can learn something new yourself. So, and there's always a way you can pull in energy and make yourself better. I'm actually making this video a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. This is a Concord, another one by John Portman. So, like, I've been noticing, and as you can, I want you to see this this sculpture of these women up here, and it's crazy because they like this one woman has her legs wide open, and but they're all holding something. So if one drops it, then the whole thing would fall. But they all have to. It's like the symmetry, like they say in the description of this sculpture. If one drops it, it all will go down. So it's symmetry. So they all have a part to play. That's pretty dope if you look at it from that perspective. And this is about to end up. I'm about to get ready to head back. I'm parked in this spot. I don't want to get my my car towed, so I don't think it's gonna be that way anyway. But in and out, in and out. This is a different piece. It's called Dogwood, another one by John Portman. So this must be a building owned by a person that's so-called Jewish, or an Ashkenazi Jew, which is not even a real one. It's just from Europe, and they just stealing our identity. So they, that's what they do. They put themselves in history. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing that shit for years. That's why the Nazis have been their worst enemy, supposedly been their worst enemy, because they stole a history from somebody else. That's why Hitler said, you're not even the chosen people. It'll be some other chosen people that's going to rise up. And this is very interesting the way it looks. But I'm about to head back. It was very, very powerful day. As I can see, this is the park I walked in at. And those are the pylons I walked through, and through that building. That was, like the lady was telling me, it's an old library. But this is everything. Peace, and I peace, and I see y'all when I see y'all. It is what it is.